So you just have to wonder, like, you grew. I know everyone have growing up, no matter where you from, and the people you grew up with have the impact of your life throughout your whole life. It's like that. Like, you gotta know that you're growing and you're developing. So whatever your intake is from growing and developing is what's gonna, start showing how you have these skills and abilities, right? So you just have to notice since little. Like, if you was competitive, you'd be in sports. I was really competitive. Whether I started off, nobody starts off, nice in anything, unless you just nice, because some people just have a gift. They gift it right away. It clicks. So the thing is that with these gifts, it's not really meant to be placed in the sports. It's not really meant to be placed in a specific thing like music. It's not really, because we all coming back to the same thing, and we all feeling the same thing no matter where we put these abilities. That's why sports feels the way it feels after in the pandemic, after the crisis. Like, our generation starts getting like more wiser, and the ability to know how systems can work, and how if you just let the systems be, it's gonna mess up. So as much as you love to compete, you're gonna want to live, because the people that are competing and the people that are seeing the competition have to apply this principle with their own lives, right? Like, you want to have the ability to live in all these places, mentally, physically, economically, and socially. So when it all falls apart, and then not your top businesses, and not your top doctors, and not nobody could tell you anything in these different types of crises. So then you like start saying, okay, so then what do I know for a human to survive if the system is what it is, right? And this is without being, going, and there's no back and forth. That's why I say I don't do no back and forth, because I see everything in the middle. Where we at in the middle, and then let's go from there. There's no need to argue. Like, everybody can say, all right, we got this from the middle. Like, we all just from here, no matter what the ability that we have, we know that we could prosper and make enough money. But right now, money, as much money you make, it won't mean anything if it doesn't work, where it could be broken, and it's broken, right? You don't want any shutdowns. You don't want any layoffs. You don't want to see sicknesses laying people out. You don't want to see so many things, but it's there. It's there, and you know how it happens. And to move forward is to prevent, to secure, right? And you have to go in different places, mentally, physically, economically, and socially. But these abilities going to help you with a certain specific thing. Now, you don't live in just one certain specific thing. You live in a natural system that it needs to work in a specific way. That's why humanitarians should be held bound to these words that I say. Because if the business and the services and the products, the subject of the consumer has to apply to a human nature, and that human nature has no flaws, it will tell you what goes with it, and it tell you what doesn't. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's that simple. So when I say you got to think about how simple it is since little, when we are showing abilities, like a person that will achieve certain things, like how he reached, like how he could jump that high. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can he see that far? How can he, like, manage right now? Like, he has like a streak going on. Like, he got an aura going on. Like, you know that this special thing is on you, and you got it. We all got it, right? So that's fair. That's all I gotta say. Let's work with that. If we could all meet in the middle with that, then we can start trying to connect with each other. Because these bonds that we have, there's a lot of ways to stop poverty. There's a lot of ways to stop pandemics. There's a lot of ways to stop crises. There's a lot of ways to stop war without going to war, without even being in crisis, without a pandemic. Because we have our body. Our bodies is natural, so the natural being that is left for us to be in this state in earth will cure. The land cleans itself. The body cleans itself. Whatever's in the land to clean itself, whatever's in the sea to clean itself, whatever we have in our bodies naturally to clean ourselves, if you put all that together, your body is not going to be destructible. Now you want to talk about mass destruction of weapons, then, you dropping bombs now. So that's eliminating the fact that we are smart enough to get a whole army. We have enough energy to have the whole army a solar army. Instead of spending so many monies and not really, like, it could be a lot less and a lot less pain and a lot less losses in a lot of places. Mind, body, and soul, like you know what I mean? Energy never dies. But it really doesn't have to be dispensed out here like that, where you could be disrupted so. You could be lost so. You don't know what you can eat. You don't know what sea, earth, and person, so the trinity is. The universe is going to give you energy. The energy is going to be observed by the earth. And you are the receiver of all of this. You put this together, you're going to be living. That's human nature, humanitarian, that needs to be practiced and protected. And no government, no services in the government, no services in business, private or commercialized, should go above that, because you're dealing with a human. So that's it. Now you see that they don't have that. They don't have no structure to tell you, even in a pandemic, even when a crisis of money. Because if you could be safe from your health, that you don't have to be falling, no falling ones, because we protect it, we prevent it. And we already know what the vaccine is not a natural substance to consider a cure. You can't even say it's a cure. It's illegal. It'll be forced, if anything, illegal to say something like that, because then people's going to start believing that that's the only alternative they have to a certain pandemic that leads to crisis and losses and more. So let me hear somebody have ever spoken like this since the pandemic to you. Now you see, everybody has an ability. Mine is to let you be able to see these things in plain sight. Now you got to take actions for these plain sights. They're not just going to disappear. They're not just going to go anywhere. It's not just imaginary. These are facts. And there's a pattern here. And it can be stopped without being a pandemic, without being a war, without being, et cetera. Right. That's why if I'm going to be playing on a team, I'm going to be playing in a team, because I'm happy that I know all these information, because I hold my team down and I hold the nation down so they could come see me play, so they could see me perform. You see, this is my voice, and I got the frequencies. It's for you to see and you can hear me. You have that experience. Don't shut yourself down and then stay on the low frequency. Then you want what you doing? Letting the TV tell you what to do, because you don't even know about your body. Then your money is already, nobody's in the streets. Don't talk to me about money. Because it has to be more than just this factor. It's not something that's gonna take. Because I'd rather have everybody in their peak. So we could have varieties of people thinking the same way. It's like, that's not even outside the box. It's just like plain in sight, right? So plain simple, let's move forward with what we know, and what we know that doesn't work. We practicing, right? So we're moving forward. This is not something that we gonna cut ourselves short. Because if we have to run the nation, we're gonna run the nation. And we gotta have speakers like so. So let's do this one at a time when it comes to all the the things that we have to be on point of, right? Like what was I saying in the business that I in services? You know, I'm always giving service. I'm like independent contractor. That means anything. Like, man, you could talk a contract. If you don't have a paper, if you have a pencil, and you could write a contract right on the paper, and anything that can make it the mark, a tree, whatever. Take a picture, digital, whatever you could make a deal and agree to it. Put your name and you know. So if anything is like that, that means you always in business. Don't ever think that because you don't have a business, you're not in business. You're always in business. Once you have that knowledge, that thing in your head, then you're always in business. Because then you have these special abilities that I'm trying to say, not to isolate them and put them in a place where they don't back you up when the whole world's like really coming down. They're helping you. They're helping us to a certain limit now. And then I think it's our time to go, okay, so let me now be the next step. Because the next step is not written, and it looks like whatever was written wasn't even the facts, right? But not to go back to pointing a finger, more like, so there's nothing to go back and forth to. So it's just moving forward, so we can make the difference, and we know the better. Because you gotta move forward. Once you see the reality of things and how you gotta, that's why you think I'm not missing when I'm talking to you. The services, the products, in between business, your guide, your family, in your house. You want to keep a peace so you can know that when you come out your house, whatever you hold, you could defend yourself. Because out here, if you don't have certain things out here with your speciality, you put your peace. Everybody has something in there that we could contribute. The light is really in you. One man, one God it was based on knowing that you got to pull this energy, and then you got to really disperse it out here. And you have different products, that you have different services. You got things that you could put out here, and we will be elevating each other like we are. I'm not going to speak to you if I wasn't feeling this way. And if I didn't have any other things coming up, I would tell you, look, this is the site, this is the goal. I keep it very simple, because it's not really complicated. Nature is just like you wake up, and from the moment that you wake up as a baby, you should remember. As a semen, I remember. And so it's like from in and out. You can't forget how you came in and how you came out. Because you already came in and you already came out. That's why I don't wonder about where I'm going to go left or right. Because I've been through energy. I've been through my life source. I know that life source. I feel it out here too. So I stay within that nature. Know where you come from, so then you know that what doesn't belong. You was that specimen in the womb. Like, you came from that. You are the individual divine to be that. That electricity that sparks life, that's the knowledge of it all. You don't have to seek it out here in anything else. That nature is already proven. It already said no. Never double cross. All right, just take this one in for now. I'll be back later. Thank you.